everybody, I'm Merisu and thank you so much for checking out this video. And today we are drawing the character Tuesday from the video game series Reverse 1999. I have no idea about this game. I have no clue who this character is. I don't know anything, at all. In fact, this was actually a request from my brother, because I figured, hey, I'm hitting 300 subs, I think it'd be nice, if I asked him if he wanted me to draw anything, and he actually requested, the character Tooth Fairy, and me, being the good sister that I am, I took one look at that character, and I said no. So instead, I decided that I would do Tuesday instead. He did say it was fine, though. I did ask him if he really wanted the the Tooth Fairy character. I don't know what I'm saying. If you really wanted the Tooth Fairy character, I would have given him the Tooth Fairy character. But I do have to admit, Tuesday was a lot more easier, because she done had all those annoying braces and such, and her design was more in my level of expertise and such. And I know I said I was gonna keep these drawings relatively simple with their background, but honestly, this didn't take me that long at all to draw and such. And it was very fun and very easy, which is a good thing, because I decided that I would enter a contest, because they're doing that clipstudiopaint contest thing again, and I really wanted to give it a try. So, yes, we're doing it. So I took a break from this drawing. This drawing was supposed to come out on the 27th. I have my whole artist schedule, and I'm just not keeping it, at all. So I'm late for a very important date, because I've been working on the contest. I won't win it, probably, but I want to try. And I don't know why I have a southern accent all of a sudden. I think it's the character Tuesday. My brother told me she's from Texas, so I thought I'd put on my best my best Texan attitude and whatnot. Anyway, I don't know anything about this character, so I can't really talk about her, at all. So I figured I'd let Nora Vanguard take...
Be gone, sheep. I'm taking over this production. So, Tuesday is a character from the game of Earth 1999, made by bwaaha. She is first introduced in Volume 2's event chapter, Route 77, The Haunted Highway. Tuesday's real name is Christine, because, get it? A Texas girl and an entrepreneur at only age 21. Tuesday came from a traditional Texas family with the eldest of the three children. Growing up, Tuesday loved to frighten her siblings and other children with terrifying ghost stories. After the brutal murder of her family and fiancé, she stumbles across the motel. After learning of its living nature and avoiding being killed by it, Christine takes it upon herself to become the new owner of the motel, abandoning her given name of Christine and going by Tuesday. She convinces the heart of the motel to become a compact version so she can always be with it, to be the child she never had. Tuesday delivers top-of-the-line service, from cleaning floors, delivering meals, and helping people face their ultimate fears. Like a therapist straight from the underworld, she'll help guide you through the Akron River that is your mind. Well, if you listen to her, think you can do it on your own, and your mind might end up with a smear on the wall, while rivers of blood come from your body. Don't worry though, you'll make a nice tasty snack for the motel. Okay, rambling man mode now. So yeah, Merisu just wanted me to record a few things for the video. So yeah, Tuesday, she is a really fun character to play as back when Poison used to be a really good team lineup in the game. It's probably going to make a comeback, give or so, at the end of the year. But yeah, no, she's a really fun character, high femme, and extremely maternal to the kids at the Foundation. So I started playing with Earth 1999 right when the game came out on Global. I've had videos uploaded from, the first week of the game's launch. The event she comes from, Route 77 Haunted Highway, was actually the second horror event that the game did. The first was Nightmare on Green Lake, which was a send-up to slasher films. And the last one they did was The Midnight Whistle, which was a send-up to vampire films. Haunted Highway, of course, in the name, is highway horror, one of my favorite genres, and underrepresented in horror. Extremely underrepresented. So yes, he's one of my favorite characters, next to Fairy, next to Argus, who's also from this event. Tooth Fairy, on the other hand, was actually from the first horror event and made a reappearance in the second Olympic event. I love the aesthetics of more English-style made outfits, and when Merisu threw out the Tooth Fairy because of her old-fashioned braces, I said, hey, Tuesday's always a good option. I'm a big fan of the black hair and the pale skin combo. I grew up on Tim Burton films, if you can't tell. Yeah, I really like the way the drawing came out. It looks nice. I'll probably see about bullying Merisu into drawing a solid one of these days. Or my chat's favorite, Meryl. But she can be put on the back burner. She's not even a playable character yet. And if you're ever looking for a story-driven gacha game that's pretty casual-friendly for the story events, I cannot recommend the Verk 1999 enough. So I'm just going to leave it back to the sheep. And remember, chat, when the rain starts coming, make sure you have your umbrella.
And that was ASMR with Nora Vanguard. Thank you so much for coming to that. I honestly didn't know what he was going to say. I just thought it would be fun to have him ramble since this entire game is more of his level of expertise and whatnot. And in the end, I'm doing this all for him.
It's all for you!
Like I said, I don't really know anything. Anyway, on to the drawing, though, because even though I don't know much about the game, I do know about my own picture. And yeah, for this drawing, I wanted to keep everything very, as I like to say, paintedly. So I used a very, very textured brush for the line art, and even for the coloring, I kept it very, very textured. Kept a lot of things covered up with very, very, I don't want to say harsh shadows, but definitely not like soft, where it's like just a gradient. Everything still got, again, a lot of strong texture to it. And one reason why I think it just kind of lent was the more horror element of this entire illustration, and that's kind of why I wanted to do it. And as you can see, I had to add in this keyring because I totally forgot about it. I was like, oh no, it's like, maybe it wouldn't be showing. Then I'm like, no, it would be showing. So I had to quickly draw it. Yeah, but like I said, I wanted to keep everything very textured, very strong in its texture. I kind of wanted to go for my own style, but still harkening back to the game's original style, because I really do like the art a lot. And as you can see for the background, I was originally going to make it blue and purple, but then I decided to go for a greenish yellowish color, and the reason why is because the first illustration I saw, which I think was her like promotional illustration, it was like against the blue background, so that's what I was thinking the walls were going to be. But then on the actual images I saw of inside the hotel, it seemed to be this kind of greenish yellowish color, and I decided to just go with that instead. And I really am glad I did, because it made Tuesday really pop against the background, and it made everything not blend in too much, and that was much, much, much more better. And I gotta say, I mean, in the end, there's a process to my drawings, and you gotta trust the process. And honestly, sometimes I don't even know what the process is until I start going with the drawing. It's something that I've really noticed, because sometimes I have something completely else in this sheep brain of mine, but then once I start drawing, I'm like, no, I think this would actually work better, or let's try this instead, and let's do this, and it's like, okay, this is not what I planned, and I think this will look better. And it really is. That's one of the funniest things about creating your own art and drawing it, is just really going along with the process to try to see what it is, to kind of just throw everything against the wall. And speaking of wall, I use 3D models for the furniture, because I was a little too lazy to draw the stuff by hand, and it wasn't going to be seen that much. And I mean, out of all the degrees, it's like, I try to draw things myself, but sometimes I just need a little help, and I am behind on my schedule. So yeah, we're just gonna use 3D models, and I'm glad it looks a lot better. And I'm not saying it looks okay. Let me rephrase that. It doesn't look bad, because I finished this drawing on Saturday, and on Saturday my brain was just dead. The weather's been going back and forth from really cold to really hot to really cold to really hot, and I think that's just been killing all the brain cells in the brain of mine, and I hardly had any to begin with, so we just like, no. Just no. So I decided that I would just use 3D models, and I am glad. That is one thing that I did notice, is that I actually had to ask my brother what type of place this was, because I first thought it was a fancy hotel, because she's all dressed up in a real fancy maid outfit. So that's why the telephone is real ornate, and I was even going to plan on using this ever type of bed and was going to be all fancy and decorative, but then I realized, nah, this isn't really a decorative place. It's more of a hillbillies come here to get murdered kind of place. So yeah, I kind of had to fix that up. Make it look a little less like a 5-star hotel that you would see certain people staying at. I'm gonna stop while we're ahead. Anyway, yeah, like I said, had to make it look a little bit more run down, a little more simple and plain. So yeah, in the end, I'm not sure if this rotary phone would really fit in the aesthetic, considering the fact that this is like a motel in Texas in the 90s. So yeah, probably not like at all in the slightest, but whatever, I already drew it. I'm not going back. I'm not gonna redo it. I like this phone. I drew it from scratch. You can't take my phone away from me. Coloring the apron and the dress was especially really fun. I had a lot of fun working on the fabric, and then I also had to add in some like shadows because I forgot about the ruffles and the line art, so I was like, okay, I first thought maybe I'll just forget about the ruffles at all, but then I'm like, nah, I really need the ruffles there, so I'm gonna add them in at the end. You'll see me try to put them there at last minute and whatnot. And then for the alligator, I don't know what happened to his face. I was originally gonna make him hidden, but I thought it would be fun to just draw the alligator. Yeah, it's not a crocodile because crocodiles aren't from here. Yeah, in fact, I actually thought she was from Louisiana because of the gator, but no, she's apparently from Texas. And with the alligator, I thought it would be really fun to draw him, and it was, and it did turn out right, but boy, does that face look traumatized, like, that gator done seen things. I don't know what he saw. I know what he saw. I mean, as you can see, there's a cadaver right there on the floor and whatnot. So yeah, he's seen that, but I don't think he'd be bothered by that. So write in the comment section what you think he saw, because he seems like somebody we used to murder. It's got to be something else. Although it could be the fact of the culprit behind this, because if you haven't guessed from the drawing's premise, in the background, she didn't undo the murder. It wasn't her. She's just here to clean it up. You know, she's doing her maidly job, room service and all that, cleaning up the room after the tenant left, and she just finds a nice surprise on the floor. And so she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll be right with you in a second. I gotta clean up this mess first. Hence the title of this drawing, which I probably won't be able to call it on YouTube because YouTube only allows 100 characters, and my videos titles are already long enough. But yeah, that's the title. It's gonna be called I'll Be With You in 1 Minute. I have a mess to clean up. But yeah, she's not the murderer. Instead, the murderer is someone else that you'll see in a few minutes. But yeah, right now, just polishing it up, adding some shadows, adding a little bit of lighting, some nice dark cobwebs, that I got from this like sojo pack or whatnot. Little feathers, I don't know why I added those. You can't really see them anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. And then, of course, the little murderer. The little devious murderer. Why'd you do it, Ducky? Why'd you do it? Anyway, that was the video. If you like, do all the YouTube things. If you do not, thank you so much for watching this far. Anyway, I will be back with another one, hopefully real soon. Until then, bye!